喂喂喂，喂喂，hello hello hello，好，哦係啦，我哋而家變翻做 Godwin，因為Hanish 佢哋咧特登成隊就過晒嚟，咁依家叫做。
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would...
How do you know I'm a...
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little unfamiliar. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning?
Are you here to...
We have more serious matters. The situation in the town and the kingdom. You have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a...
Everything in good.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid on...
You don't even know if you can trust them.
You remind me of my young friend...
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other?
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Or maybe you'll get to... For a young stripling, he's been through... He was supposed to become a black...
Wait, from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most. And that is why Samuel...
Maybe he was my father. But he certainly didn't act like one.
And that's what...
Why?
Don't make hasty judgments. At least, he took in Henry and raised him as his own. On the Henry's real...
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied.
A person can't choose their parents.
Enough. I'd rather...
For that, there will be
兄
more
弟
suitable times.
唔通真係有啲奇怪咁樣？
Good health.
L'chaim.
Everything...
I can't wait.
Would you...
What can I tell? It was never exact.
Surely...
There are many fools who... Entitled...
I reckon...
Or pretty pissed. We will leave it anyway.
床位四個床位。周圍探索下。
Find out how to get rid of Sigismund without effort, and ideally tomorrow already.
And then leave here with full bellies.
I was expecting at least the Lords would have some sort of plan.
Or that we could count on something of the sort.
Aching legs.
You're right, but I promised myself I wouldn't leave it till the last moment. So, have you got any ideas?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't leave it till the last moment this time. To a good house! I'm sure they'll come to celebrate. Although it's all about getting rid of Sigismund, what they want a long face. I've just got this nasty premonition. What premonition? I've got a barrel of ale. I'm afraid it will go bad.
我平時都着唔到一嚿嘢，都唔使 keep 咁多。
Godwin, we didn't have much time.
With pleasure, sir. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, but all going as long as we proceed.
I couldn't help but...
To put it mildly, although,
Wise words.
you know,
May God... Where did you leave Sir Divish?
haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with no one even imagine. Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord.
嗰條嘴真係好臭。
May I have...
You? Unlike this pack of conceit.
Have you got something against...
Their forefathers lived up to their ear, and they think that can...
But surely the...
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Young lord...
He got a heart, but if not,
Do you think there's really...
I sincerely...
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me?
To turn out some...
Better make sure you...
咦？自己嚟嘅。
Well, I can't just leave that lying here.
I can't just leave this lying around.
The lads will never believe it. This could come in handy.
That's mine now.
Good day to you.
Come here.
Greetings, friend. Greetings to you, friend.
How was your trip? The journey. Bottoms up. Delays, nice weather. For God's sake.
Well, that's no great loss. You didn't have much anyway.
To good health!
Where are the royal captains? What's the hold up? Am I supposed to open my mouth? Hey, where's that beer?
I'm glad you finally
What else
accepted
would you expect? It's a matter of property and life or death.
Not that I didn't want to, but understand that my absence from the city council would have serious consequences.
哦，抵得一堂真係呢個。
Good health to you, sir.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also...
My word.
Mais non!
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you end up in...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I... and only lost it...
That needs...
Oh, misère.
So?
When they broke through the defense.
Oh?
My neck was not at risk in Maréchal, but they never...
You say you're a...
Jamais. This poetry, nothing. I think not.
Where have you been on your...
But of course. Oh, if you are interested in my... and if you are interested in my greatest...
And you wouldn't by any chance know...
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Bonnie.
How come almost...
I am operating. My great benefit there. Everyone knows my...
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
No!
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
It's 一盤散沙咁樣嘅依家。哇！卡咗喺 loading 喎。點解唔撈嘅？ short 咗個 game。咩事啊？傻了。short 咗我隻 game。好，黑畫面一陣先啊！傻咗啊隻 game！
I'll be right with you.
Nice zu sehen, mein Freund.
They'll be at each other's throats.
Such I'm go.
Peace.
How do you know?
It's not. And we are.
Why did we?
And
Are you?
let us. The situation. You have men.
Why are you telling
Everything.
Did you?
Not.
You don't even know
You were.
Henry.
You know each other. Very young.
Wait, from Scott?
Aye.
I knew a
My
maybe.
And
Why?
Don't make. He took Henry.
I don't.
that was
Person.
Enough.
for.
Good hell.
L'chaim.
Everything.
I can't.
Would you?
What can I? It was
Shoot.
yeah, meant
I reckon.
or pre. We will anyway.
This fella could give the king a lot of trouble.
And who would entrust him without?
Godwin, we didn't have much.
What?
Well, but as long.
I.
Although,
Wise.
you know,
May God.
haven't you heard? No, Godwin.
May I have a
You and and they ally.
young?
He got. But if
Do you?
I
What do you?
are you
To turn son.
better? Blessed are the weak.
In war, you make one bad decision and you lose everything. I prefer to make sure.
Good health.
But I am
My wo-
Mais non.
I beg you.
But you, the friend, like.
How?
And. This boy, you tell me.
My love. Aye.
That.
You say.
I think.
Where it?
But if you are, and if you are.
And you would.
Which.
How come?
I am migrate there.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know?
I have my sort. From what I've heard about you...
Is that so?
Indeed.
It depends.
A little... I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain... shortcomings? And the way it stands at the moment...
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobs proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an...
But Sigismund's army is demoralized. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend.
But he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by event. For the plan to work, we need allies. We just need...
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before?
More like in... If we find support and make it look like the whole thing... You're certainly not the first.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to... And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on... Meanwhile...
Tell me a bit more about...
Certainly.
Bocek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He doesn't play... He always goes for the sure thing.
Alder the Alderman.
He still is. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kut. But he'll continue to have a strong
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz.
I was quite surprised to...
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like... But don't trust appearances.
And what use can she be to...
She's as sharp... There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of it, and that it was thanks to...
What if...
I refuse to even
Why me?
Because you've got a head on you and your... There aren't many...
I'll get on it.
I wish us...
Success to our plan.
I tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as...
Ha! Even better.
And you might not believe your...
Well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into...
I want to have a word...
Well,
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Is that your... Unfortunately. Speak up, then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in... I got him a place at the... Only it wasn't... And then, I thought he took his boozing and whoring along...
Try saying it again on the...
You have the impertinence to show...
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some back...
than
have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am.
You're dishonoring you.
I can't dishonor...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy. This isn't how I imagined my first meet.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man.
Stand firm! Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse! Si jūs te puniris, nunquam nocetis!
My God, Father always said you...
I was in a war, and you ought to know yourself.
Aye.
So, Father, only he'll never be...
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down.
Not at all. When I was sick, he wouldn't talk to me for...
The first time he took me hunting.
Only... Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. But now...
And that's...
I've got to get him...
Aren't we all?
Maybe everyone's...
Actually, I don't think you should...
What else can...
I'll talk to him myself.
All right, then. It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an...
Only no one's going to pay...
Alder's got some clout with the councillors.
I expect... You leave Alder to me.
I don't know how to...
You can drag me to a tavern...
趁細路啲咁老嘅我。 國完咁老嘅望落，
Mind where you're going.
佢老豆又望落好似同年紀咁樣嘅，同自己。
God be with you. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ.
I should say so. All sorts of people. Although, between the two of us...
How do you know Lich?
I know most of the people, but they wouldn't dream... Well, it seems that Lord Lichen...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most...
Not only for people.
Then you're in the right...
The wine here... So?
Nothing more than support and...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty.
It's not only you're well able to negotiate.
Then I'd be... If you want me to support you...
Do you have something in... But
well...
who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones...
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some...
You were dealing with...
They were not the enemy at the time.
Have you fallen out?
No, no. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed in the fact that
I'm supposed to...
Harmon Alder. He hasn't yet had a
All right, I'll help.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags. Which bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odorin's groom has...
Huh? What brings you here? I heard something. Nothing, I suppose. Huh? What's that?
I've got those...
Quiet!
Milady, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I...
And to the...
當然罪啊！
Too hard.
Sir Bochek.
A man hardly puts... Jobs comes up with a plan as...
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include
a few thousand men only in order...
You've got my attention.
Don't worry, it's not...
Really?
Anna of Vol...
Truly? Well, let's...
I wouldn't mention the...
All right. I have a lot of property. I can't risk it all.
So you need...
My guarantee is called... If I succeeded in marrying...
Maybe it's enough.
Perhaps. Someone...
How about...
He's a young...
He may be... He's got battle experience.
If he gets it. Right now. On the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation. Maybe.
So...
You're selling first. I will...
And what?
I don't care what... If he agrees, I'll be...
push.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Greetings. Sir Hanush.
You do?
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impulse, I'm not going to...
You misunderstand. I mean,
You arranged
with the niece of Sir Butchek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name...
Butchek of... Godwin, you conniving old...
Oh, fuck.
I don't... So, young Hans...
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure...
Or you could make me the Abbot of Sus...
Forget it. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him...
Cheers!
Cheers to you.
啲長輩們都 buy 喎。
Sir Butchek.
So, Hannah...
Indeed.
Then I will...
Thank you.
Enough for...
Cheers to the...
Here's to...
Sir.
Nor I, until now. And I used to be the Royal Mint Master, until the King...
Are you good?
I haven't quite decided, but if our rebellion were...
Do you think you...
I doubt it. And he knows... We've got more than you, so I reckon...
Sir.
Even so...
And now look at it.
There's no point in waiting.
It was a...
Likewise.
The only bit of shade far and wide. That's just it. Some noble was resting under it, not for shade, but because it was pissing down.
搞什麼？凌空彈。
Nice one.
All the more reason to leave it be, you know? Aye, but the weather had been stormy for a few days. So one of the branches...
Oh, these grand... I'd be happier if they...
But they... It seems...
And how's he gonna do it?
Well...
The only approach...
Let's hope...
In that case...
A lot of work...
Oh, that...
Well...
Siggers, not to me.
Like it, don't you? Give it a rest. Every pleasure has its price.
No great loss. It wasn't that good anyway.
I've got some good news.
The bad news is there's hardly any... There's some old bat standing there with two young... So at least...
You're going to...
Is she at least... No.
To your house.
God bless. God be with you, friend.
誒爆咗名添。
Into the right ear.
You mean... Gentlemen, I think...
Is this...
Like I said... Tell me.
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran.
Both of them.
This is going...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and
We stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Có dữ.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see? All you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swillpot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargets, your insolence just cost you your place on the council and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become... and we still wish to speak with a...
Yes.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh. Rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had needed him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing.
前呢個。
What view? Among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh.
Oh.
Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Eh呀，仲狂歡！
Surely you don't want to break in?
哇，追到傻！
Did you hear that Lord Kronstadt's niece is marrying the young Lord of Persia?
Fuck a bit, then die.
How'd you like a wine?
The art of winemaking. Recipes are passed on. I myself was even the French, the king himself.
No one's...
Indeed. En tout cas, give me 100 nights in
Even know what to do with it. Sword is purely ornamental.
I'd drown me.
So you see?
You already threw in maybe an old pinch person.
About the girls? Or the piglet? Fuckings for faggots.
I'd like... So... Touching, calm.
I never had... Not a bit.
In that case, fuck.
Well, his lordship...
To hell with that. I had my eye on him all... and left the rest of us to drink...
You can bet it.
I don't...
Good help.
Already said that.
呢個裏邊有聲。
Come on, someone will see us.
誒，咪彩蛋嚟呢個，明白？
That's a good one.
放開個女仔喂！
Come on, someone will see us.
Hey? I won't. Come here.
喂，兩位食玩啊！
What a view.
放開！
Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us. O Angel of Christ, Holy Guardian and Protector of us. Which I have committed.
I'm talking about fucking singers, like twat.
You're not in France now. Here, nobody knows.
What can you...
Sorry,
From cleaning up the...
I've come to
Really?
Well...
Do you play dog?
You mean...
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end...
All right.
I've heard about you, but you can't beat me.
Shit.
That'll work. Hopefully I'll do it again.
真啊！明。
There! That turned out all right. Just like that.
army like the likes of which this country's never seen before. You're living in a dream world. It's only going to be a scarecrow to keep singing
哎，唔拎埋個5啊，低啲。
one by one. An open battle breaks out. This will be a fucking bloodbath.
哇！咁勁，
Here's hoping.
黐線炸可以！哇頂啊！
Finally a win!
I need help. I mean the ones with the...
And you're one.
I should say...
Anyway, I don't know nothing about no. Try asking my.
If he was so craven as to run away from the first army that crossed his path, he would never have made it all the way here. But this won't be just any army.
Good day.
Sorry.
What do you think? He didn't have to choose.
Wait.
It's been I was afraid.
You haven't...
But I have. And you've changed. Not at all.
Why don't we go and...
You ought go and have a drink and...
Where might I find the...
Why?
It's not...
Aha. It's Lord...
I spent half the day scrapping that. You farmyard beast!
Once Yob straightened an army, he'll shit himself and run back to Hungary. And why would he do that? If he was so craven as to run away...
Run out when he's done
Of course he is. Then we'll have to discuss it.
Of course it's a horse. Not a bad one.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders!
黐線傻仔。
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
大領落啦！黐撚線。
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own. Oh, fuck!
He's had one step back! Stand your ground!
Bash him on the head!
No mercy! There's more coming! Brace yourselves! Let's see what you made of.
我冇一次啦。
Go! 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 Ja!
Whoa! Whoa!
Bad luck!
Why those fancy moves, for fuck's sake? Show your stuff! It's a wonder you're still standing! Take that!
Pray for a quick death, you bastard!
Bash him on the head!
Done for! You're
Not on the nugget! Shit! He nearly got me! That was a little too close. Fucked in my eyes to
Godwin,
How? Damn.
is everyone all right?
Well, some are. They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too. They wanted to slip.
What about my father?
They left with Yobs long before, but
Where did they...
they've got the reason on.
So we have a plan?
But, as you can see, our allies are getting... I'll gladly be so...
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in
No.
peace. She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good luck.
You have a brother?
He's upstairs in the hall. Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally. The same as Rutard and Botchek. Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money grab. We'll have to wait for the...
I tried to come as soon as...
You knew it.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had...
I bet he couldn't believe his And Sigismund will... we have...
You want to give...
Nobody's... We'll treat them... Then we'll hide... If I...
The king announced one that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his... The city
There are allies.
What do you mean by we? Maybe Samuel...
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. Anyway, we've got... Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know.
Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back. Or maybe the crows are already.
The butchers.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 light. What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire. Or maybe the crows are already.
Poor animal. Young, dirty.
Well, the music was overstood.
That dry devil is as tough as old boots. The horse. Along me.
What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
They didn't even spare the animals, the butchers.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him. What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
They didn't even spare the animals, the butchers.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him. What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
Poor animal.
You'll get married and have a bunch of children.
Dirty. We can only hope.
Well, at least it was over quick. Though, he almost took Hinnek of Kunstadt.
That's right, devil. Cutthroat boots. The horse fell on me. I didn't get up gate. Wouldn't even spare the animal. My tempers have lost his life too. Enough arrows in him to knock down 3 lightning. I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Ồ, không có cộng dịch.
When Jobst finds out about this.
Yes. The best thing we can do is to keep doing our work.
What if the old lord doesn't come back?
Then we'll have a young one. Not a little boy.
Finds out about this.
What about your horse? I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. They could... If it hadn't been for...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Volstein.
And they captured... Without them...
We'll figure out.
But how?
Get a grip.
You're right. Nevertheless...
Actually, Sigismund.
God's woo! We need to get... I'm going with you. Out of the... You'll be more... Henry. Jesus Christ.
What do you make of this? He's unquestionably a... He rambles, although it was otherwise if a little...
I agree. And he's got a...
He certainly... What happened? It was a bit...
Did anything?
No. I was traveling with They treated my...
What did they do?
Nothing. They took care of my... But they treated me decently, as befits a noble. Von Berghoff... Only I almost went mad.
What was...
That I couldn't get out. I was... Actually, I never... I had a feeling the... And above all...
Great.
You can be the... I'll even have a...
They didn't let you...
No. But most... Like I said...
What did Von...
Just the usual. They behaved about Radzit.
What did he tell him?
Nothing that he didn't already...
And did he swallow?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit. And then he...
My word. But the main thing...
Indeed.
This is a nightmare.
Good doggy. Good boy.
The body's outside, still warm. And you're thinking about food. So what? Fighting makes a man hungry.
Devil knows what they were after. I'd like to learn... No. Sir Vaculin.
Bien sûr.
Where does the name...
That is one day. Oh, would you...
Arezzo.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood. Enguerrand arranged out of nowhere the enemy, but I saw a gap in... Un chevalier français. That was... Alors, I caught them. My attack so... And that is how, no doubt...
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, our Dantes...
So, you disobeyed... Your attack could have ended in a...
In short...
What did your command...
He made me a knight.
I reckon he wanted to get...
Do not talk no sense.
What other...
Oh, me, it would take... On the Italy surrounded, we were at his mercy. But just then...
Did you...
And observed... I mounted as I rode away, thinking we were... But while the English were... I saved many men.
Thank you for...
At your service.
How...
With Provi... I came to the court because... but the king... Maybe I...
How could you...
And lo and behold, wasting not a moment, in return, the king bestowed on me, unfortunately...
What?
Well...
Tell me what happened at...
A major setback.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oui, I suffered a combination.
Luckily.
En aucun cas. There's two great knights wherein she claimed that he had read first, they just Le Gris thought victor. Even so, look, and if you promise not to... Bien. As I say, the Carouge killed Le Gris, a blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. So, I had said that is how I first came into it. You still have a lot. It was one of the great... Half of friends came to watch. I later told the story to anyone who was in. I could have written it
You were...
Of course. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled... That is, all the shit. Of course, but my advice was sound. I told it...
A seaboard?
A risk, perhaps. A man must think...
Storms? You should have tried...
You are right, but that is under... Africa, mon ami. That is the... Just imagine... Remember the...
What was the...
We were out, and there had long been... I set off after... When I arrived, I fell out of her...
Christ almighty.
I did not! It was the hound!
That's nonsense.
Oh...
Hunting dogs are trained to go after... You must have made the mistake.
Well... Normally, that would be true, of course. No doubt, a misfortune like... But the other lords...
Tell me about...
Quite. Then you... Anvers, above the dukes of... But like...
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court, I traveled when I learned that...
So people...
Bien sûr! I bought the abundance, and for a time I settled... But even here, for how better... Victory was assured, stripped of my possessions.
Sir Vaclin...
Where do you think? Perhaps I have already mentioned I can communicate. I now speak French.
Thanks for sharing. What do you...
Well, I cannot... But a man must act...
What do you think...
Le Chevalier Yann? Well, that takes a lot more...
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I'm sure you have more
But for my tastes, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat...
That's not really what I meant.
Là est la question.
So do I.
I have no idea. But she is fond of...
Oh, come on.
I am a good judge.
What do you think of...
Le diable sec. A capable...
You think so?
My instinct...
How do you get on with Janosch and...
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who... But he was wrong.
How do you get on?
Oh, young Lord Chapon, maybe. Needless to say. Godwin and Giscard. And that devil in press clothing bit me.
Have you met...
The priest who is very... In addition, he can play and in drinking wine.
What do you think of Kubien?
A good warrior. But he... And that is just...
About this Tell me.
Ah, mon ami. After all, I thought to...
Only...
Précisément,
I heard...
It is true, but that was... I made the correct... The Kuttenberg's best tragedy, but enough of that. In the meantime, however...
I'd like to...
And for tonight...
I'd like to...
And for...
We could easily have ended up lying dead outside.
But we did not.
Did I say anything like that?
Young Sir Christopher came up. No one knows where they took Oderin and the others. Don't mourn just yet. Did I say anything?
Sam,
Just tell him.
what did you talk?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why?
It's true. I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing...
What?
Yes. His son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and...
When I was born, nothing. Proof, you know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, but now that I know, I will never...
I'm sorry. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish court.
The king has a...
He's no king.
Do you think it's really gonna be...
Wake up, Henry. They would pillage their own neighbors if they...
This is what we need. Will you come?
I'll come.
Very well.
I'll be back.
Hurry up.
We can go.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having some and I see and...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do... Can we borrow the...
But of course. I borrow...
Could you stop blab...
Easy, Ingele.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the...
Are you come?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good...
I'm not.
All right, then.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already? Bloody hell. I just got healed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
Samuel, how... What was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
Well, it may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mame will surely tell you more. If we can get there in time.
Then we better hurry up.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town?
We will go.
There are many abandoned mines.
Won't it collapse on us?
We'll find... Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
Halt! I heard something.
We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who? Who could be blackmailed with what? Who's hiding where and why? In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I'll go.
I hope so. I'll gather up my things in the meantime.
can't leave now.
Are you absolutely sure there's no one left? You'd better go and take another look.
I'll sort you out like...
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the wall, but there are more outside.
4 of...
Fortunately, they didn't...
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is.
I'm really sorry.
There was nothing. Navis Amartes. This... I'm sure Mum is...
You go ahead. I'll...
But sir...
I can take... God be with you.
Adam, is that you?
They climbed over the wall. One of them must have hit me.
Get up. We have to get to the shul fast. Can you walk?
I can't.
Don't worry.
Henry,
Henry, go and get Mummy. She will be in that house on the left. Bring her here.
Oh, Himmel!
Don't worry, Ma'am.
Mein Gott!
Nothing. He's out.
Wait!
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam.
Thank you!
Watch out! More are coming! Run!
What's going on?
Sam!
I'm fine, but
We have to get to this...
Through the backyard!
You're going to get us, you horse-son!
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
應該。
Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. For the... guards. That is Judith and Lev. Can you help them?
Victory or death!
Keine Sorge.
Man.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Coming in. Through the house.
No mercy!
That'll teach
Was
you.
willst du?
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
No.
Kiss them all down!
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
勁咯！
Go inside. Quick.
To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
哇！
For
你
how
換
long?
你換
As
裝
long
啊！
as we need
頂
to.
大鑊！ 哇，咁多人嘅？
打！Weiter so!
Was glotzt du? Mach mal!
In the name of the Lord!
Fucking hell! Tough shit, fucker!
Come on! Everyone's inside!
Henry, come on! Let's go!
有。
Gott mogen mir.
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shot. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her. About Martin. I won't get another chance.
Ich will sein ruhiger, wissentlich, als du und Mama. Thank you, Henry, for everything.
Return, O Lord, how long shall
We will be on our way soon.
You managed to get the documents?
I've been thinking about it.
So what then?
I feel
But we still have a lot of...
A spy master is a...
Well, that doesn't matter.
No, Henry.
All right,
And with you.
I still hear it. The screaming.
What will happen to us now?
Look at it! All ablaze.
Adonai hu nachaloso v'yolua. Return, O Lord.
Rabbi, we cannot just leave her here.
Where is Miriam?
Where is Miriam?
Where is she?
What
Where
will
is she?
happen to us now?
Return, O Lord. How long shall thou be refuge?
Look at it. All ablaze.
I should go back.
To us now? Don't worry. Even if that
What will happen to us now?
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wept?
Thank you, boy.
What will happen to us? Fill us with thy mercy every morning, that we may rejoice.
I still hear it. The screaming.
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful? Have
Thank
compassion
you,
for thy servants. Fill us with mercy every morning. Damn it! That we may rejoice and be glad all our days.
Return, O Lord.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
I know.
What?
I do.
Baruch Hashem.
I mean, not actually.
Mein Sis Kindele.
He,
Oh, the hen of
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went...
I am sorry to hear that. At least you survived.
I'm sorry I don't...
Do not worry about it. I am just...
Is every...
Yes. Do not worry.
How did you...
It was such... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town. But there was no place among your people.
And...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy. Then it went schlock auf schlock.
So...
My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. But Martin would not give in.
That means...
Yes. My father knew that I did not even have time. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father... And he only let me come back.
Did
People said he did go looking for me.
If only he had...
Even if he went to the very edge of the...
And what?
No.
And he didn't try...
You know he did.
And did you ever go...
I asked around, but no one... And I could not just leave and go looking for him.
Alright.
Before you go...
Well, he was strict. I dream about him quite often. He said a life of adventure...
He was
Well...
You saved all our lives. He raised you...
I'm sorry to keep you this long, even if not related by blood.
Well, and thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, what are your...
I'll go back to the devil.
I will see you there, then.
Everything should...
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time.
Have a safe trip.
Sei gesund.
This does not end here. Those brutes of Sigismund's pay for this.
Bread here. Rye bread. Doesn't
You
spoil.
silly doggy.
Come and buy some good bread. The finest wares, quality goods.
個任務咪假嘅。
out of hell!
My humble respects.
What's new?
Well, if there was some...
Every day, like this one.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form...
Fuck!
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that, and we should wait for him.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow. Oh well, at least we'll have time to get everything ready.
All right. I'll come tomorrow then. Can we start?
I know.
Oh well, now just this. I'm at your service. Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
I'd like to...
It will take acquiring, especially what would you...
As a knight?
Certainement. I would only... Allons-y, mon...
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table? I don't think so. And what can I get for you?
Henry! I was really... It's good.
Thanks for putting in a good word. It definitely came in lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked the bucket any moment.
God damn!
It didn't look so, but summer before we'd finished.
Oh, fuck! God damn it!
I'm always glad to... All we could do was try to see... There's a...
Fucking ton... What about Lick...
he's fine.
Praise God. The main thing is... That's first and foremost. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal and it can fell the might.
I'm honored. Just a moment. Isn't it the same one you gave me in...
Certainly not. This one's... When I found out that Yobs would soaked, and it was immediately...
That is so.
It'd be great wine.
We only went.
But it was. Don't tell me. But first, you.
How'd you like?
Well, aren't the. I'm more bothered by. But at least.
Where'd you go?
Not very far. Why go to the. I found a nice hunt.
Oh, Christ.
You could say that.
Oh, that's in.
Let's fight.
We can't.
Fine, but.
Very well.
I'll go.
What you...
Take a look.
Got it.
Let's leave.
Afraid of...
I'd like to let.
You got that?
Fine.
One beer after.
I'd like to.
It will take acquiring, especially so.
Sir,
Mate, you will. Allons-y.
Niech ci los dziś sprzyja.
Morning, Adder. All right.
Teraz już tak. Pociągnąłem.
I'd like to let.
It will acquire, especially. What would you.
Baron Brabant.
Mona, what? Opot, remember? Allons-y.
升噶啦。覺得有啲窒窒地。
I apologize.
有啲窒窒地嘅呢。
So much to do.
張床喺邊？ 係啦，可能一陣再開。依家個 game 會窒窒地唔知點解。好，下集見，拜拜。